Welcome, Libra. It's your in-depth weekly astrology overview for week commencing the 13th of July for the ascendant, the sun, or the moon. Going to share the big themes of the week ahead first. On screen is your event chart as we go into the week. I'll unpack that too. I'll then go through each of those influences in detail. At the end of the video, you'll have a clear picture of what's upcoming in terms of your energy, work, relationships, or finances. Thank you so much for joining me, astrologer Patrick Arundell. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so now to help it to continue to thrive. It's a week when there's a lot of emotional Cancer energy, but it's emotional Cancer energy for you, which is very much to do with your role in the world at large. How will that play out? But we've also got your ruler Venus in a clash with the planet of rebellion, Uranus, and that goes on through to Thursday. What's the significance? But towards the end of the week, it's very much about ideas and very much about your connections to others, and it's really exciting. So on the screen now, Libra is the event chart, and you can see the two luminaries, the moon and the sun, right at the top of your chart. Now, when the moon's in the 10th house, our feelings can be closer to the surface, but that doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. If you're in a good space, everyone's going to know about it. And it will merge with the sun on that new moon on Tuesday. But on Monday, the sun steps towards the retreating retrograde Mercury meets it, and we have a Cazimi, the fourth of the year. That's when the sun's radiance meets Mercury's natural talents. So your ability to cut through some of the confusion that Mercury's retrograde has created is really going to be amped up. And if you have been feeling frustrated about some professional or worldly interactions where communication has been slow, totally understandable. But I think it's your relationship to it that can change, and particularly how you feel about it because of the Cancer dimension. But also on Monday, Venus, your ruler, is in an exact square with Uranus. If there is a tension around a personal or close relationship that's been simmering beneath the surface, it could come up this week. But your leadership skills can also emerge too, because the new moon is very much about you seizing the mantle. You're a cardinal sign, Libra. Yes, you can be very focused on your connection to others, but when you're fired up, your ability to take action and be assertive is very strong. So there's a good chance for you to do that on the back of that new moon. It could see you apply for a new job. It may see you talking to a line manager about your role. It may be an opportunity over the next 4 weeks to elevate your personal business to a much higher degree. However, what we do have towards the end of this week is a stunning set of influences. Mars and Uranus can certainly give you an appetite at the moment for change, but also for new horizons. And as the week goes on, Mars moving forwards, if you are thinking about traveling, for example, that's going to give you a real sense of excitement. But that links back to Saturn in your sector of relating in a very solid way. So you've got action meets with steadiness and good planning. So if there is someone you're aligning with towards the end of this week where it feels right, that Cancerian energy, it can really be very strong. But also Uranus, the planet of innovation, change, and higher purpose, in the truth-seeking ninth house, links to Pluto exactly on Sunday. It's a really significant moment for us all. If you've got a message you want to share with others, if you're a teacher, a trainer, you have your own channel, your enthusiasm, but passion, particularly if your idea is different and fresh, can really be animated as this week draws to a close. I'm going to summarize those four areas of vitality, work, relationships, and finances next. But just before I do, I've slashed the price of my personal horoscopes. It's now 3 for the price of 1, but also the forecast. You get all of 226 free, but also of 227. So I've extended it right through to the end of next year. grab your chart whilst you can. You'll also get your life roadmap report and your draconic soul karmic analysis. Please see below. If you've yet to watch my second half of the year 6-month forecast, please do. It goes really into detail. The midpoint of the year was the 2nd of July, but also look at the solar return on the 1st of January, the two solar eclipses, the lunar eclipse at the end of August, the shift of the nodes, but also the Mercury retrograde in Scorpio, which is coming in October. Please click on the italic I on the screen or see the link beneath this video. If you'd like to work with me one-to-one, it'd be an absolute pleasure. Or if you'd like to sign up for your free daily written horoscope, you can see the links for both under the video. So as far as energy is concerned, I think one thing that could disturb your peace of mind is if you're in a relationship which you're not really enjoying. And it may be that an issue that has been simmering could burst into the open, and that could affect your vitality. But if you are very goal orientated and you really know what you want to go for, as long as it feels right, that Mercury Cazimi in Cancer plus the new moon is a fabulous opportunity for you to really go for it in a powerful way. When it comes to your relationships, Jupiter, the planet of fortune, and Neptune, the planet of mystery, link beautifully this week. If there is someone in your friendship circle that you're really attracted to, and it feels like it's meant, it's fated, that relationship could get stronger and stronger. But it is true that if you're not enjoying a relationship, having Uranus in the 9th house of freedom and Venus in the 12th house of endings could prove conclusive. However, if you're just trying to collaborate with someone and you're on the same celestial page, that Saturn-Mars sextile is very helpful indeed. When it comes to finance, I feel that Pluto being in your 5th house can be very much about speculation. And Jupiter, the planet of fortune, comes into an opposition with Pluto later this week. And the 11th house can be lucky itself too. I just wouldn't be too convinced that your idea. I think it's important to make sure that you're doing very precise research. It's been a pleasure being with you, Libra. Have a great week and hopefully see you again soon.